Hello everybody, welcome back. So today we are going to be making gender reveal chocolate chip cookies. So these cookies, they look like cookies, but they taste like brownies. They are the best cookies I have ever had, never made. They're my favorite recipes. And they're also gender reveal, so when you bite into them, we are stuffing them with chocolate that represents the color of the gender of your child. Either pink or blue, or honestly whatever color you feel like you want to put in there. I'm sticking with pink and blue for this video because this is actually for one of my good friends who is having a baby, and I'm going to the baby shower tomorrow, and they're not revealing the gender of their baby. I don't know when they are, but anyway, it's not gonna be tomorrow, and apparently his mom was like annoyed that he wouldn't tell her. So he's like, do both colors just to like frustrate her even more. So like my friends are like so weird. They're friends from high school, and this is like the first baby in any of my friends actually that is like, it's for the first like close friend that's having a baby actually. So anyways, so yeah, I offered to make them cookies, so I'm gonna film the process. So first things first, we're going to make the chocolate filling. You can definitely use candy melts because they're already colored, but to be completely honest, I don't love the flavor of candy melts. They're really, really handy in certain instances where you want the chocolate to set quickly and stay set at room temperature. But in this case, it's okay if the center is like soft and melty because that's actually what we want. So use the best quality chocolate that you can find. I use Lindt chocolate because it's my personal favorite, which is Swiss chocolate. And so I buy like the 20-kilo bags because I use them for Etsy as well. I'm on chocolate shop on Etsy. So this is what they are, the little like hexagon shapes. And so I have 1 cup, and I'm gonna put it in a microwave safe cup, and I'm gonna microwave it for about a minute. Or 30-second intervals until it's fully melted, and we will come back and we will dye it the appropriate color. Okay, so we are back, and I have melted the white chocolate. It took about 2 minutes at 30-second intervals. Chocolate's weird in that like it doesn't do anything for the first minute and then it starts to melt. I don't know. Anyways, so I have some oil-based food coloring, and so this looks like the messiest bag you've ever seen, because it is probably. It can get a little messy, that's why I have it saved in a Ziploc bag or stored in a Ziploc bag. But oil-based food coloring is what you need to use if you're dyeing chocolate. So if you add regular liquid food coloring to chocolate, the chocolate is going to seize. It's happened to me, and I realized why. It's because there's water in food coloring, and if you add water to chocolate, it seizes and it gets really clumpy and solidifies and is impossible to work with. It's awful. So you need to add an oil-based, either flavoring or food coloring, whatever you like, to chocolate in order for it not to clump up. So it can be a little expensive. I'll link the blue and the pink below. I've got them on Amazon. It's like they're significantly more expensive than regular food coloring. But if you're using chocolate a lot and you want to dye a bunch of different colors, I recommend at least getting like the primary colors so you can like mix and everything like that. My favorite shade of pink is actually with this food coloring. I'm trying to like move the Ziploc bag down without getting the dye over my hands. It's by Chef Master though, and it's my favorite ever. Oh my gosh. So we're just gonna add a couple drops. Just gonna a drop or two. It creates like the most gorgeous pink, and you can use this food coloring for regular stuff, not just chocolate as well. Yeah, I don't think there's been an instance where it didn't work. So it's not just for chocolate. It is expensive, but at least you can use it in other aspects or other areas. I use this pink one in everything else that required pink until I found the Wilton Color Right food coloring, because I like that color pink just as much. But yeah, so we're just gonna mix it in and like look how gorgeous the shade of pink is. Oh my gosh. All right, so there we go. And so I have a bunch of little silicone molds here. It doesn't matter what shape they are, just because it's going to be concealed by the cookie afterwards. So I've got koalas, Winnie the Pooh, pigs, and little squares. Oh my god, I say cubes and squares. But as long as they're like the same shape, that's what you want to look for. And like the cookie, you want it to be roughly maybe like 1 inch in diameter. Just so that it's not too big for like the cookie dough to wrap around, because we're going to be doing that later. So you actually want it to fit in the cookie. So I am going to divide this between 2 of the molds. Paddington seems to have an opinion about that. Paddington James. His middle name is James, if you're curious. And then I'm going to do this with the square mold as well. Hopefully this is enough chocolate. It is not. And I'm also going to do blue because they want the mix of both to throw them off. They're so nice. My friends are so nice. So I'll be back once I make all the different colors. Okay, so I've done both colors now. And I am going to pop these into the freezer. You can do the fridge, but it'll take a lot longer. So pop these into the freezer and they will set while we're making the cookie dough. Okay, so we are back and ready to make the cake batter, cookie batter. So first things first, what we're going to do is add some unsweetened chocolate, and all of the quantities are going to be linked in the description box below. Shouldn't have been pouring as I said that. But yes, if you want the quantities for everything, it'll be down below. And then we also have some unsalted butter. And 2 cups of dark chocolate chips. It's a very chocolate heavy recipe, but we will not be sorry. So we're gonna melt it in a pot set to medium-low heat until everything is nice and melted. So I will see you guys when we are at that stage. Okay, so the chocolate has fully melted in with the butter and the other chocolate. I'm like, what else did we add? It was all chocolate. So it looks nice and glossy and shiny. That's exactly what we're looking for. Alright, so we're going to turn off the heat and remove the pot. I'm going to set that aside for just a second. Okay, now we're going to place 6 eggs and 2 1/4 cups of sugar into a bowl. And we're going to whisk it on high speed until it forms a ribbon when it's lifted for about 3 minutes. There we go. See, look at that. That's basically what you're looking for. Alright, and now we're going to add the flour, which is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and some salt and baking powder. And we're going to whisk until everything is just combined. Alright, so the flour is kind of combined. Now I'm going to add the liquid chocolate. So I'm going to tell you guys a story time as I'm trying to do this. So I made this recipe the first time ages ago. It's actually in my cookbook. Shameless promo, unicorn food. You can find it on Amazon. God. I'm such a loser. No, it's the rainbow chip cookies because I made rainbow chocolate chips and I wanted to add them to chocolate cookies. So I made this recipe and I actually made them a second time without the rainbow chocolate chips for my boyfriend at the time, for his parents, the first night I met his parents. And oh my god, this is so heavy. I'm struggling. Okay, put it down and I'll tell you. Oh, okay. And I was so tired that day. I don't know what it was, but I was so tired that day. And alright, I'm gonna talk over the mixture because I need to get this mixing. And so I was out and I was buying a little gift box to put the cookies in, and I was wearing what I wanted to wear, and I got rained on, pouring, the kind of rain where you're outside for 2 seconds and your hair is completely soaked through. That kind of rain. I didn't have an umbrella, so I walked home in the rain with my makeup running off my face, I had to leave in an hour, my outfit completely soaked through, and oh, so awful. And so I got into my condo, I had to change, and then I had to make the cookies. And I think, what was it? These whisks were dirty. So I don't know, I guess they were dirty to the point that it wouldn't have been easy to clean them or something. This was before I had realized the pop them in boiling water hack, which actually, have I told you guys that? I don't know. If your whisks are dirty and you want to use them, but there's whatever's on them has dried, it's gonna be a pain to scrub them off. Pop them in a mug of boiling water and leave them for 5 minutes, and it'll come off so much easier. But I didn't know how to do that then, I think. Yeah. So I had to hand whisk this whole thing by hand, and I was so tired that I was nauseous. If you guys ever get that exhausted, you know it's not fun. So I was nauseous and beating cookie dough and soaking wet, and it was awful. But they loved the cookies, and then they went well, I think. worked out. But like, whenever I think of these cookie time, I always think of that moment. It was a fun moment. Treacle! Alright, so now that everything is nice and combined, I'm going to add the remaining 1.5 cups of chocolate chips because add more chocolate. More chocolate is always better. More is more. Quoting Tofty Westbrook there. Many of you guys also watch her. I love her. So these cookies, they taste like brownies, but in cookie form. They're so good, you guys. Oh my gosh. So yeah, they're super, super good. You don't even need them for an event. Actually, if you're baking and like your crush is coming over or something, make these. You will not regret it. Okay, so I'm gonna chill this in the fridge for about half an hour just to stiffen up the batter a little bit. And I'll see you guys after. Okay, so we're back, and I have actually had the dough or the batter chilling in the fridge for about an hour, so it's a lot stiffer than it was before, which is what we want. And so I'm just going to take maybe about maybe like 2 tablespoon size pieces of dough, and I'm going to unmold a little piggy chocolate. And so we're just going to place the dough. It's just going to get like a little bit messy, but it's okay. Just pop the dough onto your baking sheet, pop a pig on top, and then just cover it up with some more dough. And that is how it'll look. So these are gonna get pretty big, but they're so good, so don't worry. All right, and then we're gonna pop these in the freezer for about 10 minutes just for them to stiffen up. And then you wanna bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 12 minutes or until they look all like crackly on the surface like brownies do. Oh God, these are so good. And if you're making multiple colors and you wanna know which color is which without like breaking them open, you can do like 1 color per sheet. And like to put like a little chocolate that isn't covered up by cookie on the sheet so that like you'll be able to tell which is which. So yeah, I'll see you guys when these are done. Treacle! Okay, and they are out of the oven now. This is actually the next day. Bear with me, I'm heading to the baby shower now, so that's why I look slightly more glam than I normally do. But yeah, these taste so good. I had a sneaky one last night, and let's have another one right now because we can. I made them, so I'm allowed to have more. I gotta mix them up on a plate because I think I know which ones are on each pan, and then I can like open one and we can guess what my firstborn is. I'm not pregnant in any way, but let's play a game. I think that would be fun. Look inside, and it is blue. Can you guys see that? Apparently, I'm going to have a baby boy. I kind of wanted it to be a girl. I kind of wanted the non-existent baby, and I'm telling to be a girl. Such a dork. Look at how cute it is. I think you can see the color more if you bite in. Alright, for sure. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? And I won't talk with my mouth full. It doesn't change the taste or the texture of the cookie at all. The chocolate isn't like rock solid. It's also not super soft in the middle. It's just like a nice consistency. So it's not like, you're like, oh, like, what's this cookie? It tastes like a brownie. Then like, what's this hard thing in the middle? No, you don't get that feeling at all. So it really does become part of the cookie, and it's so cute. Oh my gosh, like, look at that. It's so cute. So I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if you're gonna try this out. I think it'd be so cool. And then like, let me know what you're having. If you know, I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you like this video. I wanted to vlog in the baby shower, but I don't want to like steal their thunder or be like, I know this is about you, but I'm gonna make it about me and I'm gonna film it for YouTube. I'm not gonna do that. But whenever I get pregnant, I will film my baby shower for you guys. I know it's what will happen. Life takes weird turns all the time. So who knows? A year from now, I could be married with a baby on the way. God, that would. A lot would have to change. Anyways, who knows? So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.